Okay.
All right, we'll call to order the meeting of the Public Utilities Commission on Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. First item on the agenda is roll call.
All right, Andy Hassan, Carrie Rice,
Here.
Joyce Hall,
Here.
Susie Corum,
Here.
Patrick Moose,
Here.
Pat Nolan,
Here.
David Preisel.
Here.
All right. Next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting minutes from February 14th.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or corrections? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? All right, motion carries. New business. Item 3.1, discussion and possible action on West Central Wisconsin Biosolids Facility Phase 0.5.
Okay, so in your packet, I included the slide presentation that was given to us last week when we met over in Baldwin and had the West Central Biosolids meeting with all the participating municipalities that go to that. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of just page through it. I'll just kind of hit on some highlights of some of the stuff that came out of that meeting. So they did go out, they received 3 bids. 9.522 million was RJ Jarowski, 10,431,000 was Market and Johnson, and 10,868,725 was Lunda Construction. They are doing a $1,100 deduct on there, and the way it stands right now, the total project is $10,085,591. Now, out of that, we did receive an EPA grant in the amount of $1.6 million, and West Central Biosolids is using $1.5 million of reserves, which leaves a total project cost for the rest of the members, $7,095,591. So if you go to the last page of that packet, I believe it's going to be page 25 of the entire packet. So if you go to the last page, this is kind of what I've been waiting for and what we were, really waiting for during this whole process when they were bidding this out and going through all this. So if you look in there on the last page, you've got all the communities that are involved in this project. So they've actually given us the 2 options. So for the project there, we can either do a clean water fund or we can do commercial borrowing. Clean water fund obviously is going to be, for us, I believe, the best place to go for our portion. And just let me back up. So our portion of this project is 1.68 or 1,688,000 is our portion. That's about 15.6% of the project, because we are one of the big 3 users in there. So obviously ours is a little more. If you go over to the right side of that and you look down in the gray area, it's telling us basically, if you find Hudson in there, the annual payment based on facility use. Now, this is above and beyond what we currently pay. So right now I budget right around $400,000 for our monthly payment down to the West Central Biosolids. So the annual payment on the clean water fund, plus the rebate, plus the federal stimulus service or the federal stimulus money that's in there, our portion of that would then be $63,912 per year. If we go with the commercial borrowing, it's going to be $94,316 a year. So there's about a $30,000 savings if we go with clean water fund. So we will be pursuing clean water fund. We don't have to do that right now. West Central Biosolids, with the $1.5 million that they are anticipating using for cash towards this project, we were told that we should be good through 2023. So, any payments that they're going to get, they should be able to cover them out of that cash. And then sometime this summer, early fall, I know by October, we do have to do an intent to apply for the Clean Water Fund. So we'll get that kind of stuff in there. I have given all of these numbers to Trilogy already, because obviously we will have to, do a rate adjustment, probably January 1st. If not, that's kind of when I'd like to do it, just based off of these numbers, because we will have to recoup, what we're going to be responsible for, payment wise. So that's kind of just everything in a nutshell. It was a good meeting. Carrie was there, Joyce and Pat came. So we did have representation. So, I guess if those three have anything that they would like to add, or if anybody has any questions, we will be voting. We have our West Central Biosolids meeting this Thursday. So I will be voting on Thursday. We've already told them, we're pretty much locked into this phase 0.5. They need upgrades down there. If you look, they're actually, it's the truck scale. They're doing some storage. There's inadequate mixing, some centrate solids capture, different things that they have to do. That plant is 20 plus years old. It's just like ours. It is due for an upgrade. So that's kind of where we're at this point. So I guess if anybody has, unless I missed something, but if anybody has any questions on this, I've kind of been sending you guys different information on this. So hopefully you've been kind of reading up on it, just so we kind of know where we're at and what's going to be happening here in the next couple months. So questions, comments from anybody?
So I'll just make the comment that I think, I benefited from attending the meeting last year, where all the municipalities were essentially reaffirming and making the case for why this upgrade was needed, and then attended the one a few weeks ago with Joyce and Pat. This is one of those things you do sooner or later, and all the communities around us feel that there's an urgency to get on board and do this. Kip, what action do you need from this committee tonight?
Well, I would like you to just approve the phase 0.05, and then authorize me to vote yes on Thursday for this project. So
moved.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion or question?
Now, if we don't get the Clean Water Fund money, can we raise the cash to pay for this? It needs to be done, but
I mean, chances are, Pat, we'll get the Clean Water Fund. I'm not worried about. It's just a matter of doing our intent to apply. It's a lot of paperwork for, I don't want to say a small amount of money, but when you're doing Clean Water Fund, it's kind of nice once in a while to have it a little bit bigger. But now they also did mention that if we do the Clean Water Fund, down in a year, let's say a year or two, there is a phase 1.0 that will be discussed at length. And what we can do with the Clean Water Fund, with applying for it now, there is the potential to actually roll any more funds that we may need into the Clean Water Fund that we will apply for this fall. And like I said, chances are we're going to get it. I don't see any reason why we would not get the Clean Water Fund. And I believe right now it's about 1.3%, 1.5, 1.6% interest, somewhere in there, compared to about 6.0 or higher for commercial borrowing. So, I don't anticipate any issues with getting the funds.
Is there any more discussion or questions? None. We'll take the motion to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 4, project updates, project status report.
Nothing in there. We do not have a pay app or anything from Maggie, so there's really nothing to talk about on project status at this point.
My only question, Kip, is maybe one you can't answer, but any projection on when this project's going to wrap up?
As soon as the snow melts, they should start putting. So basically what's left is there's maybe a list. I actually have a meeting on Thursday with the engineers again, so I'll get an updated list of what's been happening in the last week. We haven't met we didn't meet last month. Once you're down to a punch list item, there was really no point in, getting everybody together to talk about punch list items. So we did not meet last month. So Thursday, I will have a better idea where we're at. I'm guessing that the majority of the stuff that has to be done is the outside, like the fence, finish that up with the gate, landscape work that has to be done, any outside painting that still has to be done. I'm really hopeful here by June, July, that we should be wrapping this project up and finishing this. So
We'll hope for that.
that's
And
I
maybe
can
we
give
can meet
you.
in person and get a tour.
Yeah, best I can give you.
All right. Agenda item number 5, other business for informational purposes only or for upcoming agenda.
Okay. So I did want to mention that the State of Wisconsin Department of Health Services Award, we did receive that. So I'll just kind of read the background on this. Hudson has been awarded the Water Fluoridation Quality Award given out by the State of Wisconsin Department of Health for 2018, 19, 20, and 21. This award recognizes Hudson staff for their efforts in maintaining optimal fluoride levels in the drinking water for 12 consecutive months. Hudson Water Works maintained a consistent level of optimally fluoridated water throughout 2018, 19, 20, and 21. Community water fluoridation has been recognized by the CDC as one of the 10 great public health achievements of the 20th century. Water fluoridation has helped improve the quality of life in the U.S. through reduced pain and suffering related to tooth decay, reduced time lost from work and school, and less money spent to restore, remove, or replace decaying teeth. Fluoridation is the single most effective public health measure to prevent tooth decay and improve oral health over a lifetime for both children and adults. CDC recommends water fluoridation as a safe, effective, and inexpensive method for preventing tooth decay. Congratulations to all staff for maintaining optimal levels for the residents of Hudson and the village of North Hudson. Great job. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of this, that the staff were recognized for everything that they do for the water quality and different things like that. This is, they do such an excellent job. And this just points that out and says, definitely for the last 4 years, they've done above and beyond what's been expected or what is expected of them. And they just did a fantastic job on that. So I just wanted to recognize staff for the fluoridation award. So.
I agree. Applaud.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Excellent job.
All right. Agenda item number 6, sewer utility and water utility cash reports.
So the cash reports are in there, just for information or for information only.
So they don't require any action on our part?
Negative, no.
All right. Discussion and possible action on claims. That's agenda item 7.1.
So on the, let's see, page 44, plan printer, there's 2 for 54.94.50.
Yeah, that's a budget item that one would be water, one would be sewer. So a lot of times when you guys see, something like that and it's split in half, we actually split that water and sewer. The plan printer is actually so we can print, the large size plans instead of having to review some of these plans on an 11 by 17 sheet.
Oh, sure.
So full size sets for the guys in the field. Obviously when when we get a plan in from a developer, we go through that plan with a fine tooth comb. And it's so much easier to do it on a large set of plans than a little 11 by 17 where you really can't see any detail, things of that nature. So yeah, that's what that is, but it was a budgeted item.
So this is one printer rather than two.
It's one printer, correct? Yes. One very large printer.
All right. Are there
Move to
any other
approve.
items not on the agenda?
But we haven't approved those. Move to
Yeah, we
approve.
do need an approval on the payables.
Is there a motion to approve the payables?
I already made the motion.
Joyce, you said you made a motion.
Mhm.
Is there a second?
Second.
Susie made a second. Any more questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
Any opposition? Motion carries. All right, I was skipping ahead too fast. Looks like we're at the end of our agenda. If there's further discussion.
I just have
Move
to,
to adjourn.
I just have to show everybody this is my grandson. He just walked in the door. So,
Hey, how
this is
sweet.
Owen. He's 3 months old.
Congratulations.
Oh, how
Sure he gets
fun.
that-
Lots of
Love
fun.
to have that good Hudson fluoridated water.
Yeah. Well,
There you go.
no, this guy's on
Perfect.
Hudson well water.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So
So I thought I heard a motion to adjourn.
I made the motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bye.
hi.
We are adjourned. Congratulations, Susie.